Hello everyone, welcome to the Steph Full Moon channel. My name is Stephanie. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the 6 things you need to do to prepare for a successful astral projection. You might wonder, why do I need to prepare for astral projection, right? Well, you got to think about it like from this perspective. In real life, in the physical realm, when you're gonna have an interview the next day, or when you're preparing for when you have an exam, or going to school, etc., or playing a sports, if you don't really know about these type of topics or these type of things, don't you have to prepare for it in order to get better or in order to have a certain outcome, right? Just like with astral projection, it does take practice. And you do need to prepare ahead of time in order to get better at it or in order to have a successful out-of-body experience. So the 6 things that you need to do from my perspective in order to have a successful astral projection are, number 1, what I think is the most important is eliminate negative information. So eliminate all information out there that's negative. So for example, from the current news or negative movies, negative TV shows that you're watching, you do want to eliminate these because you don't want any of the negative information to be bombarding your body. And the reason is because everything in the astral realm can happen instantaneously. If you're always watching these negative videos, these negative TV shows, when you go into these realms, you will feel more fearful, more anxious, because you're obviously out of your body, so you don't know what to expect. So you want to eliminate or limit these negative information as much as possible. So that's very important. The second thing you need to do to have a successful out-of-body experience is that, I would say, is get exercise. So get outdoors, get vitamin D's, 15 minutes of sun, as much as you can, so that you can have a healthy body. When you have a healthy body, it's actually more easier for you to project yourself out of body and to pull yourself out of body than to have these astral projection experiences. When you're healthy, your body is less stressed and less anxious, and you will actually feel more confident with yourself when you're out of body. The third thing I would say is very important here in order to have a successful out-of-body experience is you want to be able to be in a room where the temperature is comfortable for you. So, for me, I do prefer a warmer room, so a room with a warmer temperature instead of a cold room. So this allows me to be able to be very comfortable when I'm lying down and trying to astral project. And a room temperature room is good. So try to be in a room where you're comfortable and the temperature is at a good temperature for you. The fourth thing I want to get into here is that why I think it will be also helpful to have a successful out-of-body experience is you want to be able to do this on a day where you are completely stress-free. So you don't want to do this on a date or time where the next day you will have work or you will have exams coming up or you had to prepare for an interview. So you want to be able to dedicate a large chunk of your time to prepare for your astral projection. And I would say the best time to do this is on the weekend. So it's over the weekend. So for example, if you're doing this Saturday morning, you're able to have a 6-hour to 7 or 8 hour of good sleep Friday night. And you're able to do astral projection the next morning. So for example, Saturday morning. Now you can also do this Sunday morning, so you can have a good night of rest on Saturday. So do dedicate a large amount of time to yourself, a day where you will be stress-free and you're not going to be you're not going to have too much workload. The fifth thing I would say is very important for a successful astral projection is you want to be able to do this completely undisturbed. So what this means is that any sound or any disturbance is going to affect you from successfully being able to project out of your body. So you want to be able to do this in a room where you're alone. You don't want anyone to be around you. So you don't want your sister, brother, your friends or siblings or your boyfriend to be in the room, right, when you're doing this. And preferably, if you're living in a house, you want nobody to be in a house. You want the house to be completely silent. So if your mom is downstairs vacuuming or cooking breakfast for you, then it's also really going to affect your ability to be able to project out of your body. So make sure that you're in a house or in a room where everything's completely just like silent and nothing's going to disturb you when you're trying to accomplish or when you're trying to, come out of body. The sixth important thing you need to do to have a successful astral projection is you want to set up multiple alarms on intervals. So what this means is that, for example, just to give you an example here, if you're doing a Saturday morning astral projection, you can set up, like you're waking up at, let's say 7 a.m. For me, I would set 3 multiple alarms on my phone or alarm clock in a 30-minute interval. So what this means is that if I'm waking up at 7 a.m., I am going to set one alarm at 7 a.m., one at 7:30 a.m., one at 8 a.m., one at 8:30 a.m. In intervals. And the reason I'm doing this is because this will allow me to get into a state called the sleep-wake state. So what this means is that in this state, I'm basically, my mind is awake, but my body has gone to sleep. So my body is in a sleep paralysis mode, but my mind is still fully awake and very clear and clear-headed. And in this state, I'm able to project myself out of body or pull myself out of body, where I can get into the astral realm with my astral body. So I would say these are the 6 things you need to do to have a successful astral projection. Now, you also don't want to stress yourself out when you're doing astral projection, so you want to be stress-free. So not to take everything super seriously when you're trying to do this, and just to go into it with more of a relaxed mindset and not to overwork yourself. And remember that, this is still like a realm that not a lot of people visit, so there's still many things that's unknown in that realm. And really do keep an open mind when you're traveling into that realm. And everything is possible, just like with this world we're living on called planet Earth. And we're really just slowly learning more about our physical world. And now we're also beginning to learn a little bit more about the non-physical world. Please subscribe. I'll be doing more content like this into the future. And remember to keep an open mind. And this is Stephanie signing off.